Now it is time for me to get some 120 grit sandpaper and go across this with the random orbit sander. Won't be using the belt sander anymore. Won't need that. That was just to get a lot of removal quickly. And we're going to go over it with the random orbit sander. I'll just do the top here and the tops here. Then I can turn it over and do the other side and try to smooth it out a little bit and get a little finer finish for our polyurethane. While I've been working on this little thing for the daycare, I've had this piece I had to sit out of the way so I could work on the daycare piece, but I wanted to try this stuff. I've used it incorrectly before, and I've used it correctly before on metal, and it worked really well. I'm going to try it on wood. I'm just going to try it on one little spot, and then I'll come back and try to scrape the stuff off of it. If it works, I'll continue using it on these hard-to-reach locations because that's tough to get into with a sander, and it's just a pain in the butt. So I'm going to see if I can't scrape the stuff off, make my life a little bit easier, especially on these hard-to-reach locations. And we'll test this stuff out. Like I said, I think it's going to work. I just want to give it a shot first because I only have a few minutes to do this anyway. Somebody want to tell me where the front of this roll is? I'm going to wrap this piece with saran wrap here. That's what I call saran wrap. Cling and seal. And I can't seem to find the freaking front of the roll. For a minute. I know you can figure out how it works doing the legs. Like some alternative. It's been several hours. It's now the evening. It's probably been 12 hours since I actually put this on. So I'm going to take this stuff off. And it looks like it works because the paint just fell off a little bit. Well, that works great. So I decided just to go ahead since I was down here. It's a little late now. Let's see, it's 10:10. Go ahead and paint and saran wrap all those areas so that'll be eaten through by morning, probably way before that. And we shall see how it works in the morning. Maybe strip this thing down the rest of the way, and we'll be well on our way to be able to decide what kind of finish we're going to put on it. And I might as well get a rag and kind of wipe this thing down so it'll be nice and dry by tomorrow, and give it another light wipe down, and we can finish this thing off too and move on to the next one. So all done with the first layer of polyurethane. I'm using that Polycrylic, which I like. The side's probably about dry. See, we still have a couple of deep divots, but it's the age-old thing. It's better than before. Must be right. Now I'm going to take a really fine sandpaper and go over everything, wipe it down, and put another layer of polyurethane on this little bookcase. So after 2 coats, I think we'll be good on this one, and I can move on to the next one. I'm a little bit behind schedule. Life got in the way. Poor little Jackson had strep throat, had to go to the doctor. So like typical, things are behind, and I'm going to try to get these 3 done by the time the kids come back to school next Monday, but it's going to be a race to the finish line for sure.